from a collecting perspective, Comic Tom, how do you feel about this relatively new trend in the last couple of years where the technical first appearance of the character might go back as far as the advertising?
Ooh, I love it, man. I think it's
You like
all
that?
fun. Yeah, because like
So that makes every Diamond previews collectible, right?
we're gonna get into it. But it's a good conversation to have, Ryan.
I'll pass on that one.
It's like one of the
conversation that will not die.
Yeah, the conversation that we have all the time on the show that people get super hot about. It's always great.
It's funny though. Think about it. So if that really starts dominating that premise, that Diamond Previews is the first appearance of everything, CGC is going to have to like get a new slab.
Slab like a phone book.
Yeah, phone book slabs. Yeah. So what we're talking about too, now we're looking at Invincible purely from a speculation or collector's point of view. Invincible #1 is not the first appearance of Invincible. Technically speaking, first appearance of Invincible is in Tech Jacket #1. So, should the market say that book, which was a preview, should be more expensive than #1?
Ooh,
I don't know.
Brian bringing it up at the table. I'm digging this conversation. Comic Fam, what do you think? Drop in the Tech Jacket info. Let us know in the comment section.
What is the real, and this is a bigger trend, what is the actual first appearance? So is it the distributor catalog that the character appears in? Ryan, weigh in.
That's right. Ryan, weigh in for us.
Right. This is giving me, what was it, Miles Morales flashbacks from like a month or two ago?
You know what? And while we're on that subject, I reported on a Miles Morales preview that showed him on the cover for the first time. He had a 1-page spread on the inside, by the way. Some people got that wrong. And I was reporting on a $2,000 sale at 9.8 for a preview. And I told the community, hey, this happened. You guys are going to freak out when I tell you this, but I'm letting you know. And legit people are like, oh, Tom, they're pointing fingers. Like I brought, like I made the guy buy it. And I'm like, no, this happened. And I even said that it happened. That gentleman reached out to me and came on the mic to justify his purchase. That book's going for double in less than a month.
People love their Miles.
They love their previews. Brian, what do you think? Are you going to be putting out, because I saw the ash can, which was so classy. I saw that move. You know those little ash cans that they used to put out back in the day?
Yeah, we did it.
Like the colored ones on like the paper quality cardboard. You gotta like catch us up to speed on that one, Brian.
Well, I'm a 90s kid. I've been publishing since the 90s, and a couple things that we all jumped on early in the 90s that was a hoot was bringing back the old school ash cans. So the old school ash cans originally, the origin of those date back as far as the mid 40s. What would happen is comics publishers, in an effort to get trademarks and copyrights, would be slapping almost anything in between 2 pages in sending it out to the copyright and trademark offices. Later on in the 90s, there was a comics dealer, his name escapes me at the moment, that started encouraging creators to bring back the ash can. And I was all over it. I was still, even then, working in advance. And what those types of old school ash cans meant to me was the following. First of all, we preview a little bit of a script, maybe some layouts and some pages, but it also gave us a chance to show what's going to happen way in advance with the character, with the company. And these things were printed as primitively as you can imagine. It's just copy paper, printed on both sides. The covers typically are just colored cardstock paper, usually Astro Bright. And I got to tell you, man, they are a thrill. I still have my whole big old ash can collection from the 90s. And when I was looking at our new particular crowdfunding campaign for Latest Treacherous Infamy, I just was feeling it. It was just time to bring back the ash can. But it's tangential to maybe what you're getting at, which is what is the first appearance? So I'll give you my own personal experience of this, which is something that kind of just happened in front of my eyes, sort of like this Miles Morales that happened in front of your guys' eyes. So when Evil Ernie #1 formally came out, it was December 1991 in comic book form. About 3 months prior to that, the publisher Malibu Graphics put out a monthly zine that previewed what was to come. And they put Evil Ernie on the cover, and there was some interesting information about the Evil Ernie series inside. And that was Malibu Sun #8. totally innocently, I uncovered a case of them in our warehouse. Literally a case, probably had like 300.
Whoa.
And I didn't know, those things had been in there for years. No one cared. And then suddenly folks started getting lit up. And I have friends in different comics groups, and just for fun and because I don't really care, I literally gave 30 of those things away to people. Like if you were like an active scenester in our stuff, and trust me, I literally have zero regrets about it. So I gave 30 of them away. And then suddenly they started getting lit up, and people said, okay, that is the first appearance of Evil Learning. And to this day on eBay, those things will hit $300 plus. And I heard in a roundabout way something similar was going on with Malibu Sun 13, which was maybe first appearance Spawn. So that's my personal experience on all that stuff. And yeah, it's an interesting exploration, because there's that way you could look at a first appearance, but then yet there's another way of looking at the first appearance of key progenitor Marvel characters. Because certainly during the Timely era, there was a pre-Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Hulk, Thor. If you really follow it, those stories were told, and I think just evolved. So where does it begin? Where does it end?
Oh, I love it. It sounds like we're going to have to continue this conversation another day. I love knowing that you are intrigued by collectors' preferences as well, because this is something that gets regularly brought up. Since we're on the subject, Lady Death is about to cause a ruckus, and I'm talking a ruckus in a very particular place, one of Ryan's favorite places in the world.
New Orleans.
Mexico. Oh, it's close.
New Orleans, man.
Man, I love both the new places.
Mardi Gras. Lady Death is going to Mardi Gras.
I love it, man.
Dealing with trying to deal with some human extinction. She's coming back evil. Brian, can you tell us about the latest Kickstarter?
What we're talking about is Lady Death Treacherous Infamy, and this is a crowdfunding campaign we are running as we speak. Today, just an hour ago, we tipped over $300,000 from our backers. That is bananas. Now, this latest story actually returns Lady Death to her evil roots. We kind of say it's Lady Death, the Evil Unleashed. And the story takes place in New Orleans during Mardi Gras, and Lady Death unleashes a horde of demonic undead on the unsuspecting populace. Now look, don't get it twisted. Lady Death has not been a villain for close to 29 years, and yet we have the audacity to cast her as a villain in her own book. So if that thrills and tantalizes you, I cordially invite you to back our campaign. Lady Death Treacherous Infamy is a 48-page square pound comic with 48 pages of story and art, beautiful European square bound, lush silver foil, and for $26, it comes with 20 plus free bonus items, including 3 more comic books, 5 pogs, stickers, bookmarks, and the like. But that's not all. It also comes with free US shipping, free digital download, and free autograph and certificate by yours truly if you so choose. So what do you got to lose? That's a heck of a lot of value. So today, on this podcast, I invite you to back Lady Death Treacherous Infamy on Kickstarter today. Go to Kickstarter.com, go up to the search bar, enter the words Lady Death Tretch, and it'll take you right to our campaign. And there is a plethora of fun items to choose from. And join our community. We're 1,000 strong and just having a blast, making comics, keeping it fun, simple, and silly.